I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
I could please give a moment of silence. Next is roll call.
Councilmember Olivares,
Here.
Councilmember Sotelo,
Here.
Councilmember Alvarado, Councilmember Zavala,
Here.
Councilmember De La Fuente,
Here.
and Mayor Gonzalez.
Here. Council member Alvarado, is out sick. So if I could please, get a motion.
I'll make a motion to excuse Mary Alvarado.
I have a motion by council member Zavala,
I'll second it.
second by council member Olivares. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. We are going to move on to, moving on to, sorry, to number three, sorry, let me just finish off on the study. Next, we had, visitors' comments. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the city council. Please state your name for the record before speaking. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per speaker. We ask that remarks be directed to the council as a whole and be respectful and courteous. As we can see, there's nobody here present. Is there anything online? No. Okay, so then we will move on to our regular meetings.
We'll go back to that one, the receiver.
Okay, sorry.
It's 30,000, but you know what? This condition, how old is it?
No, I don't. It's just something that we're still talking. So like I said, it's just something that.
So we're,
Make a run.
Yes.
I have something to say about sweepers. I've ran them before.
Yeah.
Not. You gotta somewhat train people on how to use them because they can be somewhat delicate. I don't know what kind of sweeper you're talking about, but the one we used to have at my previous job was the main roller was probably 4 feet wide or 4 feet long by, I don't know, 2 feet in diameter or something like that. That roller itself was like $1,000 just to have it replaced. And the reason that roller would have to get replaced was because there's an adjustment to it, to where you adjust it for height or for depth. Your sweeper should barely be touching the surface of the asphalt or cement or whatever you're running over. It's just there to sweep. It's not there to dig into anything. And that's what causes the rollers to wear out because they run it too low. It just wears them out a lot faster. That's why not only that, but you gotta clean them out after every use. You know, whether you dump it in a bin or you gotta dump it in something that's solid because if not, you're just gonna drop it on the ground. It's gotta get serviced on a regular basis. Whether the company you get it from comes and does the servicing, that would probably be the best route to go because I don't know if we have the personnel to be servicing something like that. Cause it's not something that you just get under it and change the oil or whatever. It's a little bit more complicated than that. So that's just something that, you know, we need to think about and into.
Okay. So we're gonna,
You were talking about installments. How would that work? Like,
it could be 3 installments or, like I said, David really enjoys, like, I don't know, he's got a little sweet spot for Mountain, he says, so I think that, you know, I'll ask, you know, I know he said 3, but I think that maybe 4 or 5, I don't know, much a year. So it would be, I think we did 3, they would total, like if we did 3 installments, every 3 months. Yeah. Yeah, and so, or if we did 4, it would be still every 3 months, so I'll do the vote.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Get
that's
into
something-
send a picture of it?
Yeah, I can do that. I'll email them tomorrow. I'll sure. We'll just kind of see what options.
Yeah.
give us.
see what it-
We'll get-
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time we have had our streets swept.
Was.
We used to use- And we used to use Granby.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Sunny sides? Oh, please.
yeah, so I'll get that information. For council, yes, so moving on to item number 3 in our regular council meeting, can I get a motion on the meeting agenda, adding item E on the consent agenda, which is accepting change of order with Sierra Santa Fe in the amount of 38. So what happened there was, they were, they fixed some potholes down on Adams. And so that is, the price for that. We're still very, under budget for what our grant was, so. Yeah.
Still covered by the.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
oh, yeah, for sure. It's just, because it's a change of amount. Yes,
And it changed to 3,850.
yes.
We do that on the meeting agenda or the consent agenda?
For, on the meeting agenda to add to the
To-
consent
to-
agenda.
This is on Adams?
You want to say the quote or the amendment?
Just, yeah, you can add item.
I mean, the one amount. We.
The 38 fifty.
Oh, to add the- I make a motion to approve the meeting agenda, amending the consent agenda, adding item E, accepting the change order with Santa Fe Corporation for additional $3,850.
I have a motion by council member Sotelo,
A second.
second by council member De La Fuente. Any discussion?
Is that going all the way down Adams? From the Metro City Highway all the way to the school? That to me is the worst one. That to me is the worst street other than Monroe. And I wasn't aware that Monroe's County,
Part of it.
Part of it.
Most of
So
it.
it's.
half of it,
Yeah. Let's- Also, taking, you guys need, to take into consideration that. Whoever's providing the grant can also have say as to what streets get fixed, not, we don't, like, these streets, we didn't choose that, it was.
Yeah, I asked that, that's what he told me.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, because I know that was one. We're applying for another grant right now, for sidewalks, and so I have mentioned about. Sidewalks down Fifth, right here by the park, but because there's already one across the street technically. Yeah, so they also make it kind of pick and choose, right, but, yeah. So I know that Monroe is a touchy subject also, but. With the grant, it wasn't, we were able to include that, or that wasn't those streets. In the grant, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item number 4. Could I please get a motion on the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda A through E.
I have a motion by Councilmember Sotelo,
One second.
second by Councilmember Zavala. Any discussion?
Yeah, those who were checking over the numbers. Receipts there.
Oh, I did. Everything checked out good. There was just one, invoice that so couldn't get because Wheelers had a great glitch. I never say that word right that day, but she did get all the receipts for the gas that was purchased and it added up to the correct amount. So everything,
else that was perfect.
everything had received their invoices.
yeah, I couldn't make it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Next is visitors' comments. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the city council. Please state your name for the record before speaking. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per speaker. We ask that remarks be directed to the council as a whole and be respectful and courteous. Is there anyone who would like to address the council? There is nobody here present today. Monty, is there anybody online?
No.
Okay, so seeing there are no comments, the comments are now closed. Moving on to new business A, we will. Can I get a motion?
Table.
Yeah. Can I get a motion to table, item A, approval of an ordinance for item 1? Tabling it for next. meeting. Okay, so
I make a motion to table, item A in new business for the next meeting.
I have a motion by Councilmember Sotelo,
I second.
second by Councilmember Olivares. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. So we are gonna move on to staff report. We have no existence. Sorry, so we are treasurer will now. Report.
I put in front of you the quarterly expenditure reports. I apologize, I didn't get them done sooner. I literally got them done right before 5 o'clock this evening. So there were a couple of changes to the revenue summary, but very minimal, less than $2,000 that I made corrections to. That's probably what took the longest to I actually sat down and tried to review all of them to make sure you had as accurate numbers as possible. There are still some changes that I need to make, but these are the closest numbers that I've got that are accurate with regards to the revenue. I know that you guys also want to see the difference between before we raised the rates and now that the rates have been raised, and I am working on that report. I just wasn't able to get that done for you this time. So hopefully by next council meeting I will have that, as well as the numbers that Councilmember Olivares has asked about. But I did go through and do the pie charts, and I made the report as big as I could that would fit on one page for each of you towards the end of the expenditure summary. At the end of the expenditure summary are all of the pie charts that I did. The one for the total expenditures, that one was, there was just too much information to make it any bigger. But I did do the total by fund number and did the pie chart for that, as well as in the general fund, I broke those out and did pie charts for each of those as well. So I'm in the office the rest of this week, next week. And before I go to train the budget training in Leavenworth. So if you guys have any questions after review, feel free to call me. I know. Feel free to call me and ask me to sit down with you. I can go over whatever information you guys have questions about. And I apologize, I didn't get them done sooner. I will ask Marty to upload them so that they're online and available to residents as well.
Okay, thank you.
The road closed, never, no, again.
What's the biggest revenue? I don't know, brings in the most revenue.
Are you-
EMS miscellaneous?
No, you're looking at the. I guess on the pie chart, it is hard to see. I apologize for that. I did not even.
Get the green one.
There are, it would be our utilities.
And
I
it's
know.
different to post online now, like.
Yeah, maybe I'll break it up into 2 pages and make it bigger.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it is hard to see, so I can play with it a little bit and break it up into 2 different pages.
We just wanna see money.
It actually was smaller. This was the biggest I could make it, and change the font so that it still fit on one page. But maybe, I'll fix it so we can, so it'll be on 2 pages.
You see the annual licenses, it's only plus it's
Yeah, that was one of the revenues, that was one of the ones that was, not corrected. And I did see the correction, I did see the errors in the expenditure summary. I didn't have time to go back and redo the revenue, after that, because I did make the corrections. They were just coded to the wrong, they were coded as bills instead of money coming in, and so we went in and changed all of those and fixed them, so it's just. I just didn't get a chance to move them over. There were a couple of others as well, but
The fire
minimal.
permit, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's a lot, that's most I think we've ever gotten.
yeah.
I think I saw all that too. Smoke.
I have a question, Sophie. I see the 26 budget for, personal property is $200,790.
Sorry, Councilmember.
Page
where are
number
you?
1,
Okay. Oh, okay, I see.
yeah. And the actual cost is gonna be $124,540 plus 80 cents.
No, those numbers will change.
Actually, what they've collected so far.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah, actual is all we've collected so far, but as with most people, they pay their property taxes. The second half won't be until October. So we'll see that in the last quarter.
Okay, so if we exceed the actual budget, does that money roll over at the end of the year?
Yes.
And where does that money go to?
It'll stay in the general fund.
All this money, all this that you have here goes into the general fund.
All of the ones that start with 001. The account number on the left-hand side of your page,
And the 021, where does that money go?
that one goes into the public safety. It's just how we code things, but it's still basically part of the general fund. Once you get into like the 400s, that's the 401 is the water fund.
Yeah,
And so that's where that money would go, but we do move,
the 400 is going to its own water fund.
well, 401, there's
Yeah.
other numbers, but yes.
Okay. How much money is in the water reserve?
That I did not take a look at. I was more interested today in, aside from everything else that I was getting done, I wanted to make sure that I had these reports. I wanted to have these done by, the first meeting in July, which is when I had promised it to you guys. I didn't get it done. I really wanted to make sure it was done for you today. So I didn't get a chance to look at really at where all of that was. I was making sure that, trying to make sure my numbers were correct, or as correct as I could possibly have them for you guys.
Do you think I can have that answered? Hopefully by the next meeting?
Yes.
Was it in the water reserve?
Yeah. What's the base rate for month on the water?
I believe we moved, you know what,
Since the rate.
since we
got bumped
increased the
up
rates,
to
yeah.
15.
I believe that it's 195, right? Is that correct?
197.
197.
Around there.
Is that what it is?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
I think it used to be 181 or 181.
Was it 183?
180, something like that.
It's like either 183 or 185.
So we can I have the same answer on the general fund? Hopefully by, or do you have it right now?
I do not.
Okay. According.
You want the general, I'm sorry, Councilman, you want the general fund reserves,
the water
reserve
reserve-
amount?
The water reserve account funds and the general fund. And I know they're separate.
Okay,
I've been doing some crunchy numbers and Correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of June, what is this thing working? It doesn't work sometimes. At the end of June, there was a balance of $330,000, 371 plus 16 cents. Is that roughly about what it was at the end of June?
For what?
General fund.
Yeah. At least general fund.
Are you talking about what's sitting in the bank account?
That could
Because
be-
those numbers, as I explained to you the last
I
time,
know it fluctuates.
yeah. And I cannot correct you because I did not look before I came, so I don't have those numbers off the top of my head.
Do we have one account or do we have two accounts?
In the bank account,
Yeah,
there are two.
okay. So it's gonna be different amounts in each one.
Yes.
The reason I'm asking is because this way, and I know it's gonna fluctuate because you're gonna have money coming in throughout the month. You know, certain times of the month, you're gonna have, revenue coming in. At least this way, it gives me an idea of what we had at the beginning of the month to where I can compare it to what we end up with at the end of the month. That way, I can look at the numbers and figure out, well, this is what we spent on expenditure. And this is what we received in revenue. And it should give the balance at the end of the end of each month of what we have at the end of that month. That way I can stay on top of what we have and what we spent throughout the year. Hopefully at the end of the year, you get a budget, the numbers are somewhat close to each other, if not exact. I think it's gonna be more closer to each other than exact. I don't see that. Another question I have is, why hasn't the water posted? I thought that was the purpose of,
Hire the contractor.
I know, but I thought we were gonna post it to try to get an operator in here to eliminate the contractor. Right, Sophie? It's,
Still,
yeah. Yeah,
I think I was there too. I missed the last meeting, but it was like 2 3 meetings ago. Yeah, we hired this contractor because we needed.
on a temporary basis. Until we can find one.
What we said.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
No,
I know.
We
that's that
discussed
too.
it, but I don't know where it went.
Yeah, because I mean, if that's the case. That's the case, we're defeating the purpose of. We've been trying to hire a water operator. You know, we gotta hire one eventually. We can't keep Jay on indefinitely because that could be 2, 3, 4 years from now.
And that way,
Yeah. So, I don't know, hopefully. Hopefully we can get that posted sooner than later. That we can, trying to get this ball rolling on trying to hire somebody. Instead of paying out, for a contractor. And I know Jay's doing a good job. Good job. It's one of the things that we talked about from the very get-go.
then we do have someone already tested, right?
Well, no, not for a water operator.
the other.
Water, wastewater,
Waste,
yeah,
yeah.
two different departments,
I
wastewater.
know we have two. I thought it was a water person, so we did the wastewater.
Wastewater is being tested.
Just a quick, for what we pay, Jay, is half of what we would spend on a full-time employee. At least.
I was, you
Yes.
Currently training our.
If we paid him for a full year, we're still paying him half of what we would pay a full-time employee.
But the thing behind that is that we're not gonna keep Jay for the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Or
No,
eventually we're gonna have to hire somebody.
and we do have somebody that is trading with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's he at right now as far as? Are we gonna wait another year or two for him?
Friend for a year.
He's been on the job for 2 years already.
Because it barely started.
That could
in
be under
March.
somebody at all times.
Because he wasn't doing water these last 2 years, it's just public work. And I think it was in March, maybe you look February, was when he
Mm.
started. Working with, just doing more in the water department.
Can you,
Okay, like, that's it, what that looks like.
can you guys, crunch the numbers? On what? How much money we would save? If there's by any chance somewhere out there that we can hire. A person that has. A water operator certificate and a sewer operator certificate. Because I know both of those jobs are full-time jobs as far as 8-hour jobs. The sewer operator, that's maybe 3 hours out of the day. Same thing with the water operator, that's, they're not,
Yeah, because when we built the new wastewater treatment, they told us we had to have two.
Supposed to have two,
Yeah.
and we
We
got
couldn't do
one,
it.
and we're damn lucky,
Yeah.
because we were out of compliance.
But that's just what we do.
So we can get that.
okay, because I think. I think you'd be killing two birds with one stone if you could find somebody with. Both department certificates to where.
I'm just hoping we can keep Jay on to get that program, he seems to be well aware of everything that we need to do, that's the one thing I have.
What's the plan for tomorrow as far as? The company out of Oregon coming in and starting up.
They're gonna, look at our, yeah. And then, I can't give you an answer to that, tomorrow we'll know more, like, by the end of the day, and I'll email you guys as soon as we get something, I'll send out an email, let you guys know, but as right now, we don't know what they're.
Have we heard anything about the electrical issue with well 6 as far as?
That's another,
Timeline?
they're also going, they're checking both,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so. Hopefully, no more.
hopefully we can get well 6 up and going because. The last time I said it was an $800,000 project, well. I looked into it and it's more like a $1.2 million project that's just sitting there idle for the past year and a half. That's just. Money that not spending for something that we don't even have access to. So I think it's. Very important that we get that up and going, if at all possible. That's all I have.
No.
I don't know, it's some places.
It comes in and out,
Yeah.
especially people that are watching the YouTube. A lot of it cuts out.
So did you want to mention about?
I was gonna leave it for you,
Oh,
so if you want
sorry.
to.
Well, okay, so I did, anyways, so Alex, he did test our wastewater, he tested this week and he passed. And so he is level 1.
Yeah.
I know.
He's listening.
Yeah. Congratulations, Alex.
Yeah.
Worked really hard.
The sewer department, right? The sewer,
This, what wastewater?
wastewater, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Now he has one more.
yes,
He is preparing to test
yes,
for his level 2.
yeah. But he can do a lot with it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
A year,
So we still
No,
need
he's
grant.
already, I think he's already got
Yeah, I-
it.
So I'm saying-
Which we will,
You applied for the
I'll let you
test
guys know
already?
how much
I
Good.
believe that's what he was doing today, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna submit all his paperwork, yes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I understand he passed, I understand he got a
What was that?
certificate. But I still think that he needs a little bit of guidance as far as having somebody with him, at least for the next, maybe another month or two.
Yeah.
Where then maybe, you know, he could actually go upon it himself,
yeah.
just to be on the safe side.
No.
No?
Once you get your,
Once you
your
get
favorite. Or group ones, whatever.
You see Alex for Rivera, tell him that, I said congratulations, job well done, please.
Oh, yeah.
He's listening.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, he watches our meetings.
Good job, Alex, job well done, buddy.
Good job.
So again, for just for my report, National Night Out is on Monday, August 3rd.
All the,
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday. It from 6 to 8. If you guys have, they reach, you know, I've had some reach out about wanting to set up some groups. If anybody, if you have any recommendations of anybody that I could contact, if they want to participate, please let me know. Or just, you know, set up a group informational.
Yeah, also my niece, she works for the Red Cross and she did all the half day tomorrow. Farmers market,
Okay.
they just did an information.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah,
I'll see.
that's great. Any-
Somebody asked me to.
I'll have to.
But they gave me the work salary.
Any reports from council?
I have a question, yes. Ruben. Have you found out, are you going to another one now? Have you?
They already got a room for me and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, question.
So, oh, here,
And it's that update that we can for the training.
No. Did you?
I,
I was in here for us.
Sorry.
I need to know, cause I'm planning on going up there Wednesday night,
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Cause it starts at 8, I don't wanna
Yes.
drive up there at 5:30 in the
Your
morning,
room is reserved for Tuesday night.
okay. All right,
I've got the paperwork in the office, if you wanna come get your reservation information.
okay,
Did I bring you up my questions? You're driving,
yeah,
you're driving,
Yes.
I know you are best. And I'm not trying to be ugly or anything, so don't take it that way, because I know why you wanna drive, but we aren't paying those fast. Or cross fast, right?
You know, cause he gets a full, he got a full scholarship, so he'll pay his,
They're paying mine,
yeah,
that's
they
good.
pay their mileage, room.
His hotel, they just won't pay his meals, and my conference. The portion was paid,
Well, great.
Yeah.
so
Okay, yes.
mine is just
I'll
room
stop-
and,
I'll stop worrying about it.
okay. No, we applied for scholarships and
Okay, so if there are no other questions, reports, discussion, sorry, go ahead.
Has the chief got everything like for health and stuff, cause usually someone cancels those and health.
We have this, we have, I'll send out an email just what so far we've done.
No, that's great,
we did also receive a donation from Wheelers.
Yeah.
For $3,000 towards
Yeah.
National Night Out, so
They are
along
so
with
good.
the donation from Teamsters.
And, Wabif also.
And yeah, Washington Beef will be donating all of the hot dogs and hamburgers.
Good, sounds like he.
is that where Gooby?
I don't know.
Okay, so, I will adjourn this meeting at 7:36.
Bye, Drew.
Night, Drew.
Good night,
everybody.